Hey viewers, welcome to Wes's Corner. Trying a little bit of a different location this time other than the office for recording, so don't mind the slightly different scenery. Today, we're going to talk about the Autism Meltdown. I'm just going to be real candid about this. What is an autism meltdown? Well, if you are a person with autism, you've likely experienced it. You shake, you yell, you hit things, you bang your head. Yeah, it's basically a rage is what it is, and a number of things can cause it. Sensory overload, too much noise, too much sound, too many visuals, just basically an overload on the senses. It just becomes too much to bear. You break down, too much going on in an environment, people yelling, people talking over each other, and there's signs for when you know you're gonna start experiencing one. You start to shake. You feel like this anger come over you, and anger might not be the best word, but it's probably the closest equivalent emotion that you're going to that you'd be able to compare it to. So what can you do about experiencing an autism meltdown? Well, for one, you can get yourself out of the environment that's causing you to have the breakdown. If you feel yourself start to have the breakdown, the meltdown, whatever you want to refer to it as, just get yourself out of there as quickly as possible. Get some fresh air. Get yourself into a quiet place with no sound, no strong visual senses. Just like go outside. Go somewhere where you can breathe, go into another room, close the door, put on headphones, listen to music, something that takes you out of that environment. Do so as quickly as you can because the longer you wait, the worse it's going to be. And if there's people around to see you start yelling and screaming and hitting things, oh, that's no bueno. That's bad. People are going to get nervous. They might get scared. They might start to whisper among themselves. Any number of reactions. And then you're just going to feel self conscious and embarrassed for what people just witnessed. And that's no good. Having been in these a few times myself, it's. How do I say it? How do I say it? It's stressful. It is very, very stressful. It brings a lot of anxiety. You feel drained afterwards. And it can take a long time to recover from the effects of one of these meltdowns. You feel tired from it. You really do. Sometimes the best thing to do is just take a nap if you can. Get something to eat, watch a video, like I said earlier in the video, listen to music. Find your calm place that works for you as a person with autism to relax and get yourself out of that headspace. I can't promise it's going to work. I can't promise it won't. But how do you know if you don't try? Sometimes in the moment it's hard to recognize that you're going to have this happen, and it's hard to distance yourself from the situation. It's hard to find an out. So you just make do with it as best you can. You don't always have an answer for how to deal with these things. There's some advice. There's some tips, like I've mentioned, but that does not mean that it's going to work. If you find yourself on the brink of an autism meltdown, sometimes you just gotta let it happen. I know that's not the answer that anybody wants to hear. Nobody likes that answer, but life is full of things that we don't want to hear. And it's unfortunate, but it's something that we do have to deal with. If you have a doctor, therapist, someone that you can talk to about these, they can perhaps give you some better advice than what I can. I'm just going based off of what I myself have experienced in the past, being a person with autism and dealing with it on my own. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It hasn't always worked for me, but there are times that it has. If you have a partner, make sure that they're aware that you can experience these so that they're not taken off guard or that it scares them off or anything like that. Make sure that they understand that this can happen and it's not necessarily their fault or something that they caused. It's just part of having the diagnosis, really. It sucks. It's an unfortunate reality. It I don't know how else to put it, viewers. Like, it sucks royally. I know I keep saying that, and I know that I keep reiterating that it's bad. But it's something that we do have to learn to live with, learn to accommodate, and learn to deal with. We can't run from something that our brains just cause us to do. We can't avoid everything. So we just have to learn to identify the situation, and if we can't, we just have to, I guess, do damage control afterwards and explain to people, hey, this is something that happens. I realize that that's probably awkward for people that aren't open about their diagnosis, even then those that are. It's awkward to explain that, hey, I can have these little mental breakdowns from time to time that just act like I'm raging and angry, but I'm really not. It's just a situation I'm in. I'm overloaded. I'm overwhelmed. Please don't hold that against me. Man, just, people need to be understanding about that too, but you can't be responsible for how other people react. You just gotta do your thing. Try to carry on afterwards. I know this video felt a little unorganized. I didn't really have a script to work off of. I've been dealing with family stuff and other stuff the last couple days. Trying to also take a little bit of time off for my own life. I'm sorry that I can't record every day. But I do have this one for you, so I hope you enjoyed watching. Feel free to discuss in the comments below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And the next video I have for you is actually a little bit away from the topic of autism again. We're going to discuss toxic relationships next time. And oh boy, we got a lot to talk about for that one. But that's it for now. Once again, thanks for visiting Wes's Corner. Goodbye.